Hello, everyone. It is I, your internet friend, Robert Guderian. And today we are going to wrap up objects. So this is less objects intro and more objects intro summary. Um, so when are we going to use them and why? When will we choose to use a dictionary instead? Is really the question. You're sitting there saying, I can do all this with a dictionary. Why would I want an object? And if not, one day it will cross your mind saying, why? These objects are dumb. Why would I do that? So let's think about alternatives to using objects with things we've already seen. We've already seen dictionaries, and you can treat them as key value pairs. And these are basically the attributes, the instance variables that are on your objects. So then why do you need an object? Tuple. First entry is always the name. Second entry is always a number. So why would you need an object? Well, that's actually a compelling case, isn't it? We are missing something on them. These are both good. The dictionary, we don't have functions to control what data. We don't have functions to control the data. So we will be modifying these dictionaries, but that logic code is everywhere. And you'll see as you develop larger and larger programs that your code base gets messy. And objects are a way to bring all of that information into one place and say, this is how we are dealing with objects. And it is in just this amount of code. Just this object. Some methods deal with it, and it's all right there. Think about using strings. Like imagine that slice or split and all of those functions are just everywhere, and you have to try to bring them all together and like, oh, I can use this function from here for this string, and then and it's icky. I don't want to. That's gross. Tuple is actually, it's a really good use of a tuple, saying, hey, we can have this information. But do we trust ourselves to always put the name in spot 0 and age in spot 1? Especially if our code is everywhere in our program. Yeah, we're gonna that's not gonna happen. You will fail at some point to do it right. I can tell you that right now. Experience, I've done it. I've messed it up. And even the context of, okay, I'm gonna look at my tuple and index 0 is what? When you're writing your code the first time and you just wrote it, it's like, this makes perfect sense. Come back a week later. Spot 0 means what? I forget. Oh, there's a comment, but it's like to do, write documentation. Oh no. So objects do bring this all into one place. And this is the matching object, and we've seen it before. It's clear, it's all in one place. It always has the same attributes. With dictionaries, we could like delete an attribute and that'd be terrible. This object, because we in our init said you have a name and an age, it will always have a name and an age. And we can start protecting ourselves from ourselves. So the idea of keeping that tuple in order, we're not going to do it. Or even we could have a method that's called add age. And we can start doing error checking. Did you give me a negative age? Did you give me an age that's a string? We can start controlling our data and making sure that it's clean. And we can do that with methods. So objects are data and methods to work with that data. Those methods can actually make sure our data is good. Because dictionaries don't enforce that. Objects can enforce that. But it is on you to do it. And overall, you know what? They're good. Everyone who sees these for the first time says they're overkill. And I get it. Even when I'm writing a program today, I'll be like, I could solve this in a dictionary. But then I start having these methods everywhere, and it's loosely coupled. Objects are tightly coupled. Everything is there, it's together, it's cohesive, and it pays off in the long run. And that's why you might want to use them. And that's it. That's all we have for objects. I hope you enjoyed them. I think they're neat. And I'll talk to you later.